trending on Procyon Radio and Television with Sarah Agbo. Thank you for joining us. I have MKO All-Rounder, a music comedian.
Thank you for having me.
All right. There are conflicting letters from Chicago University on Tinubu'S certificate, Supreme Court. The chairman of the 7-member panel of the Apex Court, Justice John Okoro, stated this during the hearing of the application of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, filed against the victory of President Bola Tinubu. Justice Okoro said one of the letters is authenticating the president's certificate and another discrediting it. The lead justice of the panel therefore said criminal matters have to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. But in this case, there are two conflicting letters from the CSU, one authenticating the president's certificate and another discrediting it. Which do we rely on? He said. Igboho gives headers 7 days ultimatum to vacate Southwest. Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho has given suspected headers killing farmers in the Southwest a 7-day ultimatum to vacate the region. The freedom fighter, however, assured that the region will not take laws into its own hands against the headers. A statement by Igboho reads partly, "While we believe in peaceful coexistence in Nigeria, regardless of tribe, religion, and political cleavages, we are issuing a 7-day ultimatum to herdsmen killing our people in any part of Southwest to vacate our communities now. This warning is very important. We are not going to take laws into our hands, but they must leave." MQ. Here we are on trending today that there are conflicting letters from Chicago State University on Tinubu'S certificates. The Supreme Court is now crying out.
You know that they are crying out. They let people know what is going on. Now that there is 2 certificates with the Supreme Court, they have to prove the authentic one. I noticed one thing about our so-called leaders. Most of them always has issue with their certificate. Many House members, governors have been removed because of this certificate issue. And this thing has give our democracy a very bad image, because when you see that the so-called people we call leaders, they have issue with the certificate, just ordinary certificates, they have issue with it. This menace will not go until we revisit the Electoral Act. Yes, the National Assembly has to revisit this Electoral Act to make sure that all this issue of electoral certificates, forgery, and other cases surrounding this must have dealt with before the swearing in. Because now, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu now is our president. It will not augur with him very well. It will not concentrate on the government because of this distraction of forgery certificate we have. He have in his hand now, and our National Assembly, I said, they must do something quickly to amend the Electoral Act. We want them to do this because, as a person, I'm not too happy how things is going on now, because you can see the president has started working, but no hour as a human being, he will not be concentrated on the job. He has to finish this. And now all eyes are on our judiciary to deliver a good judgment that will promote our democracy in Nigeria like Kenya. Because this certificate issue in Nigeria, it has affected our people in the Western country. They have suffered the stigma of certificate forgery with our leaders. They suffer a lot. So we want all these things to we want you to put it into rest. So my advice is that all eyes on judiciary now to deliver a good judgment and we promote our democracy. And let them prove the point and deliver it accordingly.
All right.
That is my advice.
Thank you. All right. MK All-Rounder.
Yes.
Sunday Igboho has given the headers in the Southwest 7 days ultimatum to vacate the place.
Sunday Igboho is an activist and a freedom fighter. He loves his people. He didn't want somebody to come and somebody who feel that Nigeria belongs to them and all the lands in Nigeria belongs to them to come and overtake his own region. Now, all these Fulani men wahala has been and it's escalated during Muhammad Buhari's regime. That is why I personally tag Muhammad Buhari's regime as a terrorist regime, because during his regime as a Fulani man, he gave Fulani men freedom to do and undo. And that time you are hearing of a Ruga. Rugas means they will take 30,000 kilometers from your area and that is belong to Fulanis for their grazing. And mind you, these cows are not belong to Nigeria. It's a personal business. But Buhari didn't see it, Buhari regime didn't see it in that way. What he believed is that Fulani owns everywhere in Nigeria. So with that thinking, Fulani can just go to anywhere and claim there. Even when you are hearing the farmers and the Fulani class, it's true that Fulani didn't believe that they believe that everywhere is their land. So now Sunday Igboho will not agree with that. As a warrior, as a warrior, because people believe that Yoruba they fear. When Yoruba is in another place, he will fear now. Let Yoruba go back to his home. You understand? Everybody owns his home. So as they believe that Sunday Igboho will not, is a kind of person that he will not be looking, whereby Fulani will become and kill his people. He reported during that Buhari's regime that when he give 7 days to that the Fulani head that kill Alhaji Fatai, the farmer, then he give him 7 days to fight the place.
What do you think? Don't you think the Northerners may react to this?
This is not
by telling the Yorubas to also go back to
this thing is not northerner or southerner or westerner issue. Okay. What Igboho is talking here, if you mind his word very well, is talking about the terrorist Fulanis. You understand? Fulanis, they are being in Nigeria. They are Nigerian. We live together. You understand? It's during the Buhari's regime that they went and brought in a wicked, a terrorist, a bandit Fulani to Nigeria because of their election 2015. That is why they now polluted what is called Fulani. When you are calling of Fulani, Nigeria Fulani, they are peace-loving people. You understand? We are together. You understand? But this Fulani that is killing people now is not Nigeria Fulanis. It's Fulani from all these Western countries that the regime of Buhari brought into Nigeria. That's what we are still suffering now. That's what Igboho is saying now. Igboho is talking that this Fulani that is killing people in their farm must leave the Southwest. You cannot come to somebody and be killing them now. Nobody be keep quiet. And what he's saying now, that he will not take law into his hand. You understand? The police are there. The vigilantes, they are there. You understand? That they will not take hand into it. They want is crying out for government to be proactive. Because during the Buhari's regime, Buhari didn't, when you mention Fulani, Buhari will just keep quiet and be looking at you. That is why when they go give ultimatum to that man, what do the reaction of the government then? They went, the DSS led by Buhari, the DSS of the Buhari regime, went and bombarded Igboho's house. They came to kill Igboho because Igboho refused Fulani not to kill his people. You understand? So what is going on is that Igboho now is talking to the people that let us insecurity. We talk of insecurity in Nigeria. You can see what is happening in Kaduna Southern Kaduna. You see what is happening to them. You just see freely cleaning. People will not go out. People will not talk. Understand? People, they have somebody like Igboho, this thing would have stopped. Right. You can see Benway's killings. You can see Plateau's killings. You understand? You can see all these places that a Fulani is rampaging. You understand? If you can see people stand up, you understand, with the people, all these menace, we drive them back to their own country. Now look at Katsina State governor, Governor Rada. He said that he can die for his people. It's not Igbo, but he mentioned that he as a governor of Katsina State, I will die for my people. That's why he volunteered to go into the forest and attack the bandits. It's about the people. Right. You understand? We don't want all this insecurity in Nigeria. We need peace. And I call on the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to look into our security very well now, because without taking this security issue, the country cannot move forward. You understand? They have to be proactive in security. Let me again mention what is happening, what the issue of this Fulani, when you are mentioning Fulani issue. Yeah, people now, I don't know how some people feel. When you mention Fulani, then you mention insecurity. Buhari makes it so like that, because now you can see when Meiti Allah Agumi is angry with the Wike because Wike is discussing with the Israel for the security. And you know that we need security, and Israel they are expert in security. But now because he mentioned Israel, you understand? Now they are now fighting with Wike, but they will not fight with Wike if they are taking their oil from Port Harcourt. They smile to bank with their oil in Port Harcourt. They use the oil in Port Harcourt to build the Abuja. So when you need the oil to build Abuja, you don't need the Port Harcourt boy to come and be the minister. Can you see what is going on? Right. So all these talks about insecurity, we must take our security issues seriously. If you find anybody who can help us with security, either it's an Israel or Igboho, please let us invite him and support him. That's my advice to the government.
All right, MKO, thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
MKO all-rounder, a music comedian.
I want you to like our program and subscribe to our station. Thank you.
Thank you for watching us. Trending on Procyon Radio and Television with Sarah Agbo. Keep shining like the star you are.